Look at that face. We're going to hit the road again. What you think? Huh? Have anything to say? You like it having that fluffy bed in there with you? Okay, Cal. Well, good morning. It's day 3 of our trip. So we are driving today to Vegas. And there we will stay put for 3 nights. So we're looking forward to that. But today's going to be another long day driving, about 7 hours. But we're going through, speed bump. But we're going through the mountains where there's a lot of pretty scenery and stuff like that. And after that, we'll be heading across Death Valley. So I don't know what we'll see out there. Just death. So, out of breath, putting everything away. Otherwise, we had a good night. The hotel is, just like from the night before. Gonna go. Oops, I expected him to pull out and he didn't. Ooh. So this town it's really a nice little town. I noticed when we drove down the street yesterday or last night, it's pretty cute. Of course, now we've got the sun hitting us, so the picture might not be as good, but you can see it up there easily. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna put you in the holder up there in the windshield. This is this right here. And I'll come on every so often. Have a good day. I wasn't expecting this big a town, but it's really growing, I guess. We're still on Highway 395, but we're taking the I guess the business one, is it?
No, this is 395.
Oh, this is it, I guess. Okay.
There's no more freeway.
I thought that the freeway went all the way through. Well, the sun has moved over there a little bit. Not it hasn't, but the camera has. It's 8:30, just like we planned. 42 degrees out because we're at a high altitude. So it's cold right now, but boy, by the time we get to Death Valley, it'll be a lot warmer out. We're looking forward to the warmth. Yeah, it felt good here last night. We went out for dinner, walking around.
So,
which twin has
all the
the
friends you
tone?
have at the campground, you don't have.
Leave you on for a little bit. I don't know if you saw in the picture a park bench, and there was a person sitting in it, but he was all dressed as a clown and a dog sitting next to him, but it wasn't a live person. So it caught my eye for a second. I'm like, what the heck? There's that moving sun again. To the other side. And now it's going to move back to the other side again. Got this nice big truck next to us that kind of hides some of it. Yeah, of course it's busy through here because this is the regular, is this an interstate?
U.S.
It's a U.S. highway. So. Bit ago I said, are you comfy back there, Cal? And yeah, that's all she said. It's so cute. She just answers me when I ask her something. Can't see. I feel a little better today because I did sleep last night. The night before I didn't really sleep much. At least last night I did fall asleep by around, I think it was, I don't know, 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I got some sleep. The sun is showing up on the camera here, but it looks pretty sitting here, and it's all over to one side and like lines going down it. You can see we're starting to climb some more. Bob is saying it's a lot easier, more comfortable going up these hills in the car rather than driving the motorhome. A lot more work driving that big rig and then towing the car behind it. And so far, we don't regret stopping, the motorhoming and doing it this way. I mean, we did it for like 34, 35 years. So, I'd say we got our use out of our motorhomes. We always felt if we were going to be paying that much, man, you better use it. A pretty view down there. Is that Topaz Lake?
Yes.
That is Topaz Lake. At least we're coming downhill a little bit. We were getting up to around 6,000 feet. I can feel it in my sinus system. Yep, Topaz Lake Recreation Area. The area we're going through further up here is it's a lot of memories for Bob, especially because when he lived in Southern California, he spent a lot of time coming up to Mammoth Lake and camping and stuff with his girls, his two daughters. And then after we were married, we'd go down through here and camp with them, either on the way down to pick them up for the summer or on the way back home. Quite pretty through here. different from the scenery that we saw yesterday, which wasn't much to see. I'm holding this now so that I can also look up some of the sides. Because that you miss with the holder. Not lake, a little stream or river going through over there. So far there's been no traffic on this road. Looks like we're going to catch up with a few cars. Trees are pretty because they're, unlike Washington, where we live, these are all long pine trees.
Ponderosa pine.
Like Ponderosa pines. So they're the long needles. The sun again. My vibes are down. We're going to a little town of Bridgeport. And Bridgeport, even way back then, but back then, I say back when Bob was camping up here with his daughters, was known as the most expensive town for gas. So we looked, and right now the gas is $6.49. So I'd say that it is expensive. It looks like a cute, clean little town. Over here to my right, as you can see, there's snow in the mountains. We've been driving a little bit over an hour, so making our way. Of course, we're anxious to get to Vegas so that we can crash for a few days, not have to drive. We'll be stopping, visiting my daughter and her husband. Some of you may know Michele from when she had a channel. We've gone through the best part of the town, so put you back on hold. Looks like we're getting closer to the mountains with the snow on them. Check out this view. I think that's Mono Lake down there. We're up about 8,000 feet now. But we were exclaiming how there really has been no traffic up here on this road. see my reflection. Just had to pop my ears. It's quite a little jaunt down the hill. Except we're getting down this flat area. We just a little bit before going through this part, we passed by a turnoff for Bodie, which is known to be a ghost town. Many years ago, we went back down in there, and it was really interesting. You got to take a dirt road to get to it. Here we come down to flatter ground. Well, we slowed down quite a bit because we're going through the little town of Lee Vining. When we were coming down that last downgrade that when I was talking to you, we dropped down to 7,000 feet. So that was quite a steep hill. So this little town has a view of Mono Lake over there, I think. To see here, or are we not in the town?
Yeah, we went through it.
Oh wow, that looks fast.
It's kind of the gateway into the.
Don't know if you could hear Bob, but he said this town is kind of the gateway up into the camping area.
They showed Yosemite, Tioga Pass.
If we turn right on this road coming up, it goes through Tioga Pass down up into Yosemite. Coming up around Mammoth Lake's Devil's Pothole area, which is where we used to camp, where Bob especially used to.
Famous skiing place back in there. Mammoth Lake skis.
This is where he would turn off. And then it's a little drive back up into the hill there, and up into the trees. You can imagine how this looks when it is all covered with snow, which it will be. Really pretty through here. Trees are all turning. In the distance, you can see that same mountain range there with the snow on the top. A nice big tree. nice real range of mountains.
The Sierras.
It's the Sierras. We have about 4 hours to go. 242 miles. We're coming up to the town shortly of Lone Pine. And that's where we're going to stop and have lunch. Use the facility, you know, that kind of good stuff. It's about 11:45. We've been on the road 3 hours. Focused in a little closer so you can see them. This one over here especially looks nice. There's a little deer standing on one. I wish. Not real steady. I'm holding this with my hand, so it's not real steady. And got kind of foggy looking up there. Well, we're coming into the little town of Lone Pine. So hopefully we'll find a decent place to eat. So the gas here is $4.99. Surprised that I don't see something like a McDonald's or Burger King or any of the mainstays. Oh, here it is. There is one. Alrighty, well, and turn. I'm gonna turn. This is different looking. Looks kind of Western-like. And turn you off while we go in. Well, that lunch was good. I gotta show you what I got. I got the bucket. I got the black one. And look at this. Isn't that adorable? Such a little thing of fries. It's kind of Cali size. So, of course, I had to show you. In a little bit, we'll be coming up to where we'll be making the turn. It's 1 mile. Head east through Death Valley. Yay. Where we're heading down the road towards Death Valley. It says we're already kind of in it, but this is the way it looks at this point. You see very few cars. roads are kind of like what do you call them, roly-poly type road. Some of them going up and down. Pretty view from here. We've got about 12 miles of curvy roads.
See Death Valley way down
Look past Bob, way down there.
there. You can't.
You can see Death Valley, the valley part of it. When I edit this, I'll put an arrow to make sure you see where I'm at. So it's starting to get, you know, a bunch more bugs on the windshield as the day's gone on. Let's stop at the little thing here, honey. There's a little vista point that we're going to pull into real quick so I can show you what I mean. Wow, look at this. It's kind of like a canyon. You can see way up ahead the floor of the canyon. Isn't that gorgeous?
Padre of the desert.
Here's a little, what do you call, history markers about Father John Crowley, a Padre of the desert. He died in 1940. And you can see the floor of the valley. Pretty flat looking. Well, you can see the road curving down the hill. That's what we're going on. It's all these curves.
I don't think that's the bottom yet.
Oh. Bob says he doesn't think that's quite the bottom yet either. So, you see the road way down there that we're going to curve around to. In fact, it goes way back over that way. We'll be curving all around. I do see a motorhome down there coming along. We're just saying this road is not recommended for RVs, and we can see why. Not a real wide road and with all these curves. See, we're going down to that road way down there. I gotta kind of pay attention to the road because I don't want to get car sick from the curves. I'll get back See, if I had you up in the windshield, you would just be seeing what's straight ahead of us. So that's why I took you off there. And I'm trying to handhold you. And here comes an RV. Towing a car. But I tell you, this is just gorgeous so far. Taking this route, I'm very pleased. See, that's one of the nice parts about using the auto to travel somewhere. You can go almost anywhere to see things. Take different routes to places that you maybe always have to take the same route year after year. Down there. So far I've been running this just about 7 minutes coming down the hill from where we stopped at that one spot where we got out of the car. So the video today might be a little long, but I will be editing it and erasing some of the stuff that maybe seems non-significant. One positive of being in the motorhome, though, was I was sitting a lot higher. I know when our little... It just keeps saying rerouting. I'm going to start doing that after we got back in the car. So I'm wondering, before I start doing that, we had X amount of miles to turn to Scotty's Castle. Now, a few years back, Scotty's caught on fire and burned down, so I don't know. It didn't burn down? Oh, something happened.
There was a major flood. The road, you couldn't get into it.
Oh, there was a major flood. I'm sorry. Almost everywhere you go, it's fires. So there was major flooding, flash flooding, all that kind of stuff. Okay, we're at 2,000 feet. Yeah, there's a person sign. Oh, there's a motel, a restaurant, gas station. Oh, I see. There's people there parked in their RVs. Oh, guy was trying to pull out. See, it's calling. Oh, it's just a restaurant there. Called Pahrump Springs Resort, where the adventure begins. So we pulled over so Bob can fiddle with the mileage thing. Okay, we're back on the road. You can see our road goes straight ahead, kind of straight up the hill there. So we pulled over, checked our devices, and we find there's no cell service down there, which is why our mapping thing isn't working. And my phone was getting down to like 40% charge, so I've got mine plugged in. Really crunched in here. Well, we're down at sea level now. You can see it's very flat, and that looks like that waterway over there.
It's just dry lake beds.
Oh, just dry lake beds, Bob says. Wish I could see back there further. Still don't really have cell phone coverage, so We're really out in the middle of nowhere. Look at some of these carvings on the mountains. We've gotten down to, it said 190 below sea level. Now we're back at sea level again. Isn't that gorgeous? Interesting formations of these the lower mountains here, and even up ahead. Let me move you up ahead here. Get you a little closer. Look at that.
There's 20 Mule Team Canyon back here.
Oh,
I wonder if this is where they used to get the borax.
could be. Bob says it's a 20 mule team back there, so maybe or valley or whatever. So maybe this is where they went in and got the borax from, back into these hills. Elevation of 1,000 feet. Thought so. It was my ears just did their little thing.
Yeah, we're climbing back out of the valley.
So we're climbing back out of the valley. Most of the sites that you can go see, you have to turn off the road and go back up into the hills to see. So that's why we haven't gone into any of those, because it'd be all hard for me to walk, and we don't really want to take the time.
We've been all through here before.
Yeah, Bob says we've been through here before, but a few years ago. Well, we've made our way out of Death Valley, and we're crossing back into Nevada, into the town of Pahrump. Interesting name. It's spelled P-A-H-R-U-M-P-H, something like that. We were here years ago and stayed in a campground in there, but it looks like it's growing quite a bit. about 5 miles to go to turn on 160 west, and then we'll be going actually through the town. Well, we're going through the main part of town of Pahrump. So I put you back on the dashboard. So we feel like we're back in civilization. We already passed, what was that back there? Home2Suites. It's grown a lot since we were last year here, which was, I guess, many years ago. And Michele had talked about she and I coming here at some point and doing thrifting, but so I'm trying to look to see if there's very many thrift shops. Let's see, a regular little shopping center, there's Walmart. I see that yellow M up ahead. There's a Carl's Jr. Jeez, this guy is just like he comes almost to a dead stop in the lane before making his turn. So there's a casino up ahead to the left, and Nugget. We're that way. Jack in the Box. Got about 51 miles to the hotel. There's a big fireworks company. Phantom Fireworks. To see that go up in an explosion. There's an RV park. That has to be it. That's the one we stayed in that time. That was really like a nice resort. And there's even a casino in there. There's blackjack fireworks. Well, that wraps up today's drive. Like I say, we've got 3 nights we're going to stay here in Vegas, and then Monday we will drive down to Yuma, where we will be at home. So, we're so glad to get here. What do you think, Cal? She knows we're here. She keeps making little comments. Bob's checking us into the hotel. We're at the same hotel we usually stay in when we're here, so I'm not going to do a video of it. But, I'm liable to make some videos inside the hotel room of Callie doing her thing, so you never know. But Death Valley was very pretty. We're glad we went that way, even though it took a little longer. It's nice to see something different for a change. So, like I say, that will do it for today. We're going to meet Brad and Michele for dinner, and then we're going to crash for the night. I love you all. I'll be back on here on Monday.